Hello everyone and welcome back. I am your host Ash, and in this session I shall be walking you through the basic building blocks of Ashtakvarga. Everything begins with the Ashtakvarga chart, or also called as a BAV chart. These charts have been given to us by our seers. They they have been brilliant in giving us these distribution of a benefic position and a malefic position of the 7 planets with respect to 8 reference points. As an example, let's take Sun as an example here. Now, Sun has distributed its points based on its position. So whichever position the Sun is in the chart, it will distribute its power based. So whichever house the Sun is in will get 1 bindu. The second house from it will get 1. The third house is not a good, so it gets 0. The fourth house will get 1, and so on and so forth, till all the power is distributed in all the 12 houses. Then we check for Moon, the Sun's relationship with Moon. So, if Sun is placed with Moon in a house, then it is not good. So it give a 0. Then if Sun is in second house, it's again not good. But it's good in the 3rd position, 6th position, 10 and 11th house. It gets a thumbs up or a bindu. Now let's check Sun's position with respect to Mars. So if Sun and Mars are together in a house, yay, you get a point. It's in the 2nd house. If Sun is in 2nd house from Mars, it's still good. In the 4th house, it's good. 7th house, it's good. 8, 9, 10th, 11th, which is pretty good. But if Sun goes in the 12th house from Mars, it does not get any support. So on and so forth, you can see that we are checking Sun's relationship from all the 8 reference points. Now, ascendant, why have we added ascendant? Ascendant is very important because we cannot get the position of the house placement of any planet until and unless we factor in the ascendant. So here in our example, if Sun is from ascendant, if Sun is in the ascendant, it does not get the support here. But if Sun is in the 3rd house from the ascendant, it gets 3rd, 4th, 6th, 10th, 11th and 12th house, it's good. It gets a bindu allocated. But if it's in the ascendant, all the 2nd house, 5th house, 7th, 8th and 9th house, it does not get a bindu. It's not considered to be a good position. So similarly, the whole Ashtakvarga for each and every planet is given. And you can see some startling results. You can see that pretty much every planet is giving you maximum support to the 11th house. You can see that if Moon is in 11th house from any of the planets or ascendant or in the 11th house of the chart, it gets full support. Similarly for Mars, Saturn, Venus, in Jupiter, only if Jupiter is in 12th house from Saturn, that's not a good combination. Otherwise, from Jupiter in 12th house from any planet or in 12th house of the chart as well, it gets a bindu. Mercury as well is a full house here, all 8. Now, if you notice something else which is curious about Venus, Venus does not like any planet in 7th house. Venus is a very sensitive planet, and if there's any planet in the 7th house from Venus, it gets no support. There is no zeros in any other planet like Venus has for 7th house. For Saturn too, it only has 1 bindu for 7th house. So except for Saturn being in 7th house from Sun, any Saturn in 7th house from any of these planets or Lagna, it gets no support. I mean, there is a wealth of information in these Bhinashtaka Varga charts, which is which basically covers every possible yoga that you can think of, which deals with relationship of a planet with respect to other planets and ascendant. Then, based on the planets, the way the chart is created, you distribute these Bhinashtaka Varga points, and then you total them up, and that is what that chart is called Sarvashtaka Varga chart. Sarva means total or a summary of the Ashtaka Varga Bindus for each and every house. So here we can see that the first house has 35 points. If I total, the Sun made 5 good combinations for the first house, Moon made only 2, Mars made 6, 7, 5, 6 and 4, total is 35. Now, you can go into the details, like which 2 planets or which are the only 2 planets that supported Moon. So for that we come into the PAV table, and I go into the Moon, and I can see that in the Lagna, I can see Jupiter and Sun are the 2 planets, one bindu for each. That is why you have 2. Now let's see 6. Moon got 6 points in 10th house. It is placed in 10th house of the chart. That is why it is colored pink. And if I come here and see Moon, I see ascendant. It's making a good favorable yoke from the ascendant, Saturn, Venus, Jupiter, Moon, and Sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and voila, you have 6 points. So in that way, we can go into the details, in the minute details of the spread of the points. So once we have the total Sarvashtaka Varga points, this becomes the basis to go into calculation of the basic points, which is what I have covered in my previous session. And basic points, and then we do a whole bunch of calculations which considers the Upchestan, the aspects on the house, aspects of the planets, so on and so forth, and we come to the net effect of all the yogas or the planet's power and how it will fare for each of the house, all 12 houses of the chart. So there is so much action going on till we come to the summarized view of the total power of planets. And as you can see here, every relationship is considered, all the yogas are considered, and we will go into details when I take a lesson on how these points are actually calculated and what all goes into calculating this. This is nothing but pure Vedic astrology, where we are using the basic laws of Vedic astrology, the Ashtaka Varga, which is given by the sages, the aspects, and the adjustment of the 6th lord, the Paraspara Karak, and a whole lot of things that go into making or coming to the total Sarvashtaka Varga points, which is shown in this chart here. So let me quickly walk you through where do you see this in our program. So here we are back to our summary screen, and now this is the basic points, this is the total points. But what's happening? How did we get these basic points, and how did we get the summary points? Let's go into the background to see, okay, how did we come to these points? So I will go into the Ashtaka Varga power hyperlink, and this is where I can see the Sarvashtaka Varga points. Here it is. I get 35 points. I go back here. I can see 35 points here. I want to drill down how I got these 35 points. That's when I come down here, and I can see that this was the support that the planets gave to the first house to get it to 35 points. So this is the Sarvashtaka Varga points, or the total. Every native that's born in this whole world, every human has 337 points to begin with. it does not change. Everyone is born equal. It's just that the way the power is distributed is based on the planet's position when a native is born or a Prashna chart is created, and the points are distributed from the natal position of the chart. And that is why different individuals have different SAV points that are distributed. Now, in order to see how moon got 2 points and we wanted to see the PAV points, I will click onto the PAV here and I can go into the moon and I can see the same points. Jupiter and Sun are the two planets contributing to the two bindus that moon has. So here in this screen, I have given you an overview of all of the planet point distribution. This is very helpful when we are going into the details in transits and things of that nature, but that's a topic for a different discussion. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this session and have learned a little bit more about the Ashtak Varga. Thank you so much, and I shall see you in the next session. Till then, take care